Hello, my dear friend. I am Mahdavi. Uh, Hello, Mr. Hamid. I'm very glad to be with you in this live. We discussed about existing of God, but we want to speak about the scientific evidence of existing of God. And after that, we want to know. I want to speak about the benefits of believing God. In the first part, I want to know, does God exist in the scientific way? And in the second part, I want to know about the beneficial of believing in God. In the first part, I discussed about several things. One, in math and the importance of number one. And I uh, said that if you understand the concept of number one in math, you can understand God very completely. The number one in mathematics have some property that is very similar to the God in reality. One is the first number, and before one is zero. Therefore, one has no any creator. Everything begin with one in counting system. If you want to count something, you begin with one. If you eliminate one, you can't count anything. There is nothing because every being start with one. If we don't have a start, we don't have anything. A start means beginning. A start is existing. Number one is number one means something. Uh, there is something. Therefore, in the reality, the God is first object. Before God is nothing, and nothing cannot create anything. If someone asks who created God, it has this question has a very simple answer, and in this case, we say before God is nothing, and nothing cannot create anything. God has no any creator, and God is first object. Another important property of number one is that number one is indivisible. You can't divide one into its parts because one has no any parts. One uh, is has one part, and God is also is indivisible, and God has one part, and you can't divide part into its part. You can't divide God into its parts. Uh, of course, if you understand that God is first object, you can understand that God has no parts. Because if God has any parts, because if God has any parts, therefore these parts must uh, mm, be or would be before God. The parts of God must, you should be, exist, should be before God. And the parts of God must be must be. After that, God with the joint of these parts, God will be. Therefore, if you understand that God is first object, you can understand that before God is nothing. Therefore, God has no any parts. It's very simple. Uh, anyway, God has no parts. God has one part, and God is unit object. This is very important things for us, that we understand that God has uh, one part. God has unit. The the most important things of God is that is God is first object. Therefore, God has no any creator. Does God has creator or not? I say no. God has no any creator. Why? Because because before God is zero. Before God is nothing. Therefore, God has no any creator. This is a very important thing about God. Another important about God that related that this fact uh, help us to understand ourselves is that God is unit object. God has indivisible. God has one part. Therefore, God has you can't find any empty place inside or outside God. This is very important thing because with this fact we can understand the reality of the world and everything, the existence. We can understand existence with this uh, principle of God, property of God, that God is unit and God has no any empty place inside or outside. There is no empty place inside or outside God. Therefore, God occupied all responsibility, all possibility, excuse me. God occupied all possibility. And existence is made of one things, only one things, and this things is God. Existence is made of one things, and this things is God. Therefore, if you can see reality, if I can see reality, I see one things. I see only one things, and this is God, nothing else. Reality equal reality is equal God, nothing else. One real things in world, one real things uh, is in world, and this, and He is God, nothing else, nothing more. One thing, because God is unit, God is first object, and inside and outside of God uh, is no any empty place. Unlike us, unlike all creatures except God, God has no any empty place inside or outside Himself. Unlike others, the others, the others like me, you, and all of the creatures in the world are made of empty place. We are like an empty balloon. We are like a empty balloon. This world is like empty balloon. We are nothing. We are made of zero. Therefore, it is the importance of zero in mathematics. If we understand one and the concept one in math and zero and one, we understand zero and one, the concept of zero and one in math, we can understand the reality and God. Zero and one. One and zero. It's very simple. This universe is like an empty ball. Empty ball. Scientists say that in the Big Bang point about 40 billion years ago, entire universe was billions of billions times smaller than an electron and neutrino, an electron. Therefore, this universe is exactly empty ball. If this universe, the entire universe is empty balloon, what do you think about I and you? About me and you? What do you think about me and you? We are zero. In the quantum physics, the scientists of quantum physics say that the smallest particle of the matter is a virtual particle, and in the quantumic space we can find vibration, quantumic fluctuation, quantumic vibration. All of us are made of vibration, quantumic fluctuation. We are nothing. If you think about your dream, you can understand everything. If you think about your dream, you can understand everything. I want you to think about yourselves and think about that. I am in your mind. You create me in your mind. You create me in your mind. I am a creature of you. You create me in your mind, in your imagination. In your imagination, I live in your imagination, and I think about my environment. Who am I? Who create me? From where I am coming from, and where will I go? I think about everything. I am in your imagination, and I think about everything, and I can't find you. I am in your imagination, and I can't find you. But I think about you, about who create this world. I am in the world that you create. You create a world. I am in the world that you create. I am creature of you. You are my God. But I can't see you. I can't go out of your mind. and you can't come into your imagination and into your dream. In your dream, you can't come in your dream, and I can't go out of your dream. I can't see you anymore. Never. I can never see you, and you can never come in your mind. Therefore, how can I find you? How can I find you? You created me in your mind. I think it's very simple. If I am in your mind, you create me, and I am in the world that you create. In this world, I think about my world, about my existence. And if I understand that this world is empty place, this world is empty balloon, I can understand that I am in your dream. I am virtual. If I understand, if I know that my world that is in your mind is an empty balloon, I can understand that I am virtual. I am virtual. I am not real. I am in your imagination. I can know that I am in your imagination, and this world is a dream, and I have a creator, and this creator create me in his or her mind. Therefore, after that, you can understand that this real world that we say real world, it's not real. It's empty balloon, and therefore this world is dream. When this world is like empty balloon, this world is like a dream. Therefore, we can understand that, we can know that we have a God. This place is a mind of God. We are dream, and everything. I think that God has no any creator. God is the first object, is unit object. God has hardware and software. In the reality has only one inhabitant, and this is the software of God. And we live in the software, we live in software of God. We live in software of God. After that, we want to know about the benefit of knowing these things. We know everything about God, about reality, about our dream, about everything. But what are the benefits of this knowing? The first of all, we understand, we know that God is all power and can force everyone to do everything he wants. But God does not do that. God uh, create every creature in freedom and free will. And the most important principle, most important benefit of believing of God is freedom and democracy. Everybody created in freedom and free will. And democracy is the uh, way that all of the people, all of freedom people, can live to each, can live in a society. Freedom is for individual, and democracy is for community. In community, we need democracy, and in the in individual, in the single, if I think about myself, I need freedom. But if I live in a society, I need democracy. Therefore, the first principle of believing in God is freedom and democracy. And dictators are enemy of God. Radicalism enemies of God. Extremism is enemies. Terrorism is enemies of war. And I said you that